Welcome home. We are WNST, AM 1570, Taos, Baltimore. We are Baltimore Positive, doing our fantastic podcast and radio show right here at Costas and Timonium. It's all brought to you by the Maryland Lottery. I have Ravens scratch-offs to give away. This has been a lucky batch, luckier than the offensive or defensive line has been. I will check back in with you on Monday and again on Friday of next week. We'll figure out whether we have healed ourselves. Luke is out at Owings Mills right now. We're doing the Maryland Crab Cake Tour, trying to have some fun out here with some sponsors. My big thanks to April from Planet Fitness for stopping out. They have the grand opening happening in Timonium. Go out there, take advantage of that. We've also had Damian O'Doherty by. Dave Shining came by. We talked a lot of baseball. World Series. Ravens' biggest week in a long, long time here with 2 football games in 4 days. My pal Leonard Raskin has decided, I was going to have you Monday morning. We didn't play Sunday. And I said, I'm doing the show out at Costas on Wednesday. And you're like,
let's eat.
Costas, I'm getting their crabs for my big party. So it's a birthday and an annual thing that
it's not
do.
A birthday thing.
It's not a birthday thing?
It just happens. Okay, look, when do you get the best crabs? October.
Well, you bring cake and ice cream, so I always feel like it's a birthday party.
Yeah, but that was a one thing. When I was 60, we made it a birthday party. Otherwise, cake and ice cream is just dessert for crabs.
It's just Leonard's annual thing for Raskin Global.
For Raskin Global, we bring out the folks. We have a great night. We eat great crabs. We eat good ice cream, and we have a lot of fun.
Have you done anything other than crabs? Crabs are your thing, right?
In the past, we have.
Have you never done a pizza party? Have you
No.
done,
No, crab feasts. We did them.
Never a clam thing, never a bull roast, nothing. Okay.
No, we've always done crab feasts. We did it. We've done it at different places. We did it out at Aberdeen at Conrad's on the right field.
Okay.
In Ripken Stadium.
Okay.
We did it there one year.
But that's crabs.
We've always done crabs.
Right.
We've done it at Martin's Valley Mansion up here.
Well, it's always
always a crab feast.
Last week of October.
Late in October. Mid-late October. This year it fell into the 1st of November.
Tell everybody how astute you are with money, that the crabs are unknown, cheaper, and better this time of year.
This time of year is the best.
Nobody wants them,
it's
right?
the best.
Literally.
You get the biggest, meatiest, most fantastic crabs in October. This year we're going to go November 1. So we're gonna do Thanksgiving. Not Thanksgiving. Halloween. We're going to do Halloween.
I haven't had a crab since August. I went over to Costas. I was really in the mood, like on a Sunday after, because I got to be really in the mood.
It's Tuesday night.
I went over, anytime's a good time to have crabs.
Right.
Except you can't have them here in Timonium. Go to Dundalk if you're Costas, please.
Right.
Don't do what Damien did, 1.5 dozen up here in Timonium, because I can't do it for you. But it has to do with refrigeration and storage and peat and everything else. But crabs this time of year, people don't think about it. But whenever I've had crabs this time of the year, because I used to always do the show over at the barn, right? The Ravens show.
Sure.
And Jimmy and Joey over there would always have giant crabs in October, November.
The best.
Ray Lewis in there, John Ogden or whatever.
The only thing you generally can't do for a fantastic crab feast later October, November, can't have corn on the cob.
Not good corn on the cob.
It's too late.
Not peaches.
No
peaches.
No peaches, no corn on the cob. That's the downside to having it later in the year.
All right, so where are you on this Ravens thing here?
I'm distraught.
Just in a general sense of these 2 games, and are you convinced the season's gone, or are you believing?
No.
You're still believing?
I think the season's gone if they get to 7 losses, right? I think if we can avoid 7 losses.
Prematurely. You can be 10-7 and make the playoffs.
That's my point. But when you get to 7, it's bad. We're at 5.
That's a lot.
When you get to 7 losses, that
5
means
by our birthday. That's crazy.
That means terrible. That means out of the 11 left, right? We got to win 9. We've won 1 out of 6. You are who your record says you are.
I think you read my Dear John Harbaugh letter, right?
I did.
So as tough as not tough on him, just accountable. It's just what it is. I've also indicated that I think they're going to go 6-2. I have a feeling
they can do it.
If I wanted to be a real prick in my writing, I would really bury them.
Well, there's 11. There's 11 left,
but
right?
I don't think they're dead in the water.
There's 11.
I just don't.
They got to go 9-2.
Baby steps, okay?
They got to win Sunday.
Get to 500.
You got to beat the Bears.
You're not unless you get to 7-7. I'm trying to get to 7-7.
I got it.
I'm trying to go 6-2.
Got it. I think they got to go. They got to go 11-2. So I'm with you on the 500. I think you got to take the next 5. You take the next 5.
Is there anything about this team right now that makes you think they could go 11-2?
No.
Nothing. I mean, literally.
No. And I haven't heard as
you
of
really put it on them. They got to go 11-2. Hold on, that's not 11-2. They've already played.
No. They've played 6.
They got to go 9-2.
9-2 out of the last 11.
Right?
Sorry, yeah. 9-2 out of the last 11.
You're the money guy. Don't screw me up on math under 20.
9-2 out of the last 11.
Blackjack's a game of 21. This is a game of 17.
Game of 17. We've done
6.
We got to go 9-2. And
9-2, and the only team they've beaten is the Browns.
And here's the thing. They got to beat Cincinnati twice.
Where are you on watching
you
Joe
beat Pittsburgh
do this?
twice.
This has been fun watching Joe.
How crazy. Right? That was so outstanding watching Joe beat the Steelers. And
you hate the Bengals.
What's that?
And you hate the Bengals.
No, I don't hate the Bengals.
You hate Joe Burrow.
I don't like Joe Burrow.
Right.
So I was thrilled to see Joe Flacco beat the Steelers.
What is this Burrow? Why do you not like Burrow?
I think he's too arrogant for his success. There's a difference between being confident and being arrogant.
You know he's done something Lamar hasn't done, right?
What's that?
He went.
He hasn't been to the Super Bowl.
58. He was in the Super Bowl.
Oh, they were in the Super Bowl.
He was winning the Super Bowl 58 minutes into the game.
And they lost.
Yes, he didn't play
go to the
defense
Super
that
Bowl.
night.
He did go to the Super Bowl. Yeah,
he played well enough to win the Super Bowl. I want to say that again.
I just think he's too arrogant for his boots. And the thing is, look, Joe Flacco showed you very clearly, if you had Jamar Chase and T. Higgins,
you could be confident too.
You could be confident, but Burrow acts like it's him. He reminds me of a guy that the old saying, because it's a baseball saying, right? He what is it? He hit a home run. He was born on third base. Whatever he thinks he hit a home run.
But he is.
No, he just comes across to me. I've never met the man.
If you were a Bengals fan, you'd love him.
Of course. Right? Well, probably. I don't know. I just don't like his aura.
I texted with Joe Flacco's dad earlier this week, and I know he would have no problem with me saying this.
Joe was a demon.
I sent him some congratulations over the weekend. So Steve sends me a text saying, hoping it's going to get interesting. And I'm thinking to myself,
well, you know what I was thinking?
It's already
Let me tell you what I was thinking.
We're 1-5, and Joe Flacco's quarterback.
Here's what I was thinking. 2 weeks ago or a week ago, I'm thinking they were making all this fuss on the news, the sports news, that Joe was going to beat Green Bay with the Bengals.
Have a second chance to beat
So he would be the only quarterback in forever to beat the same team
with two different teams.
Right. And then I thought to myself, we got a game against Green Bay in December. Maybe bring Joe back. He could go beat Green Bay 3 times, then he can retire.
Hey, listen, as we sit here, Leonard Raskin is my guest. Lamar practiced today.
He did?
Yes.
I didn't hear that.
Lamar practiced.
Okay, well, that's a good thing. Because without him, it's 2-9.
Well, Luke and I woke up Tuesday morning doing a segment, and we're like, we did the "What if he doesn't play" segment.
It's over.
It's over, right?
I mean,
that's a short segment.
You can put Tyler Huntley in. I told you this before the season when we talked. Cooper Rush. I'm no GM.
It doesn't
I'm no
matter.
Coach.
This is where Luke would say it doesn't matter who your backup is. You have no chance.
No, but Cooper Rush gives you no chance. I'm sorry.
The Cooper Rush thing,
bad experiment.
If I still were a real media member, you could read my Dear John Harbaugh letter. If I were a real media member, I would ask a serious question to them to say,
why
a different style of quarterback?
Right. Tyler Huntley,
and is that because Monken was like, if Lamar gets hurt, we're going to play a different style because whatever we're going to play that's Lamar's style is going to be Tyler Huntley, and it's not.
But they haven't played Lamar style, even with Lamar in.
Well, that's a good point.
I mean, when's the last time you saw an RPO? They either give it to Henry or they throw the ball.
It has felt like they don't want Lamar to run.
They
want him to run far less than he has.
They might have hurt him because he hadn't been running. Can't take that thoroughbred out of the barn and make him run without practice.
I accuse John of being a liar, which he is, but part of their lying is their gamesmanship, and part of the gamesmanship is he might not have been right the whole time. He might not have been right. We didn't see him run around in preseason, really. He practiced, but I'm just saying
I don't know that answer.
Maybe he didn't have confidence to tear one off against Cleveland in week 2. Maybe he just didn't.
I don't know that answer, but I just don't get it.
Without that, that's his superpower.
Right.
No offense to his pocket passing or his,
he can
his
pass,
ability
he
to
can throw the ball, but they have to be worried.
But his superpower
they have to be worried.
Yeah.
And you got great running backs. You got 2 of them, maybe 3. And I don't see RPO. Look, I saw Joe Flacco run an RPO and gain 15 yards before he slid. How funny was that?
He looked a little tentative.
He He was scared to death.
I was tentative for him.
Yeah, I was worried he was going to get his head taken off.
Well, I mean, once Joe Flacco gets hurt, what do you got? You got nothing, right? That's one thing about him. He hasn't been hurt in a long time. But
he's still going. The Energizer Bunny Joe.
Yeah, it really it
was fantastic to watch. It was fun to watch,
is.
and how I know he's your friend, and I don't know the man, but I know his persona to our world. How angry was Mike Tomlin that Joe Flacco was going to be playing for the Bengals?
I like that he spoke out about it.
He just said, "This is horrible. What are they doing? Trading a first-day starting quarterback to another team in the division?"
If Harbaugh were here right now, I would tell him that you're at your best when you're honest, no matter who you are.
That's right.
In any walk of life, your best
the
plan
beauty of it
is to not have to remember the lies.
That's right. You never have to remember what you said to anybody. I believe in that.
People that would ever think in a moment that I'm a vengeful person, that I'm trying to get even. I don't have time in the day to get the things done I need to get done.
That's right.
Let alone being worried about how to get even with somebody. Right?
I hear you.
So these superficial, let's scheme something up with Chad Steele about what we're going to say publicly about anything, be it Justin Tucker or your starting quarterback or any of that. The thing about, I think, your comfort level is for Mike Tomlin to speak out like that. It speaks to his comfort level about his place in the world. To just
and
say,
who he is.
Dealing in division, we wouldn't have done that.
Right.
Because we don't do that.
Right.
And there's sort of a code that you don't do that. They broke the code.
They got Patrick Queen, right?
Well, you sign players in division, but you wouldn't make a trade.
Okay. In the middle of the season.
Wouldn't have sent him over.
In the middle of the season.
DaCosta wouldn't have sent Patrick Queen to help the Steelers.
Right.
So I think Tomlin's
free agent
point is,
signing.
Who sends the Bengals help?
You're talking about the Browns.
This is Tomlin saying I wouldn't help the Ravens.
You're talking about the Browns.
To beat the Browns.
How many quarterbacks do the Browns have right now on payroll?
Real ones?
Quarterbacks. 8? 6, 8?
They had 5 when the season started.
But they were already paying other people.
Well, they're paying Deshaun Watson.
That's what I mean.
Of their
so
cap.
they have like 7 or 8 quarterbacks, and they have one that can't start.
By the way, Mr. Moneybags, Mr. Leonard Raskin is our guest. Raskin Global. Do you know the cap number for Lamar Jackson next year?
I do not know anything about it.
$74 million.
Here's what I know about the cap.
$74 million, which means they're going to have to negotiate.
They got to renegotiate.
You remember the last time they negotiated with Lamar?
Yeah, it took a while.
How about Lamar? Negotiating with injured Lamar
took a while.
After a 5-12 season this year, whatever it might wind up being. I don't know, man. Lamar.
He might just stick it to him. You think?
Lamar's mother's testy, from what I understand.
She might just stick it to him.
You've negotiated with some people. You've never negotiated with Lamar's mother.
You're right. I have not. Well,
we witnessed this 2 years ago.
Yeah, something happened. He got a lot of money.
$74 million cap number.
Okay. Well, what's the cap going to be?
Well, they got money out on Roquan. They got money out on Marlon Humphrey.
Right.
They got a lot of money into Kyle Hamilton now. That's going to graduate.
Yep.
They're going to need to sign Linderbaum if they really want him around.
Yep.
They're going to lose Andrews, right? So
imagine.
I'm not talking about them like the season's over because I think they're going to win 6 of the next 8 games. I believe that. But when you load up like this and it's your best shot,
they all do it right now.
Younger than he's going to be.
They're all doing it.
Roquan's in his prime. I don't know where Ronnie Stanley and Marlon Humphrey are.
Let's face it, they all do it, and the NFL does 2 things, and I don't understand anything about the cap, so I'm the wrong guy to ask. But they raise the cap, and then they let you renegotiate this nonsense that makes it not count. So what the cap is, to me, is a hindrance for an idiot general manager who doesn't know how to manipulate it. And they're all learning. They all know how to do it. You just make the guy's contract 12 years, and he's like a 3-year player. And
well, you're only getting capped on the number you've actually given them.
Right, but you manipulate all that stuff
You
out.
kick the can.
Right.
So what you do when the taxes are due in April, and you say, well, I'll just wait till October.
No, you have to pay the taxes in April. You don't get the choice there. You just get to file the data later. You don't get to not pay. If you don't pay, you get penalized.
I don't want to be penalized. The Ravens have enough penalties.
Right. That's a penalty for not paying. How many more weeks does Tucker have? 2 more?
Week 10.
We're in
week 7 right now because we had a bye, right?
Right.
8. We're in week 8.
Week 8. So he's got 2 more weeks till we find out where he's going to be kicking.
I saw the Giants kicker the other day, and he's going to want to go to a place where we can make the playoffs and kick in January.
You think?
You think any job's a good job?
I think if he gets paid to kick and they pay him enough money, he'll kick. What would you think?
First call, he takes first call?
No, he doesn't take first call unless it's first call with a big check. First call with a big check, he's kicking. First call with not a big check, he waits.
I don't know that he's getting a big check.
You don't think so?
I think he's getting an opportunity.
Is he the most accurate kicker in the history of the league right now?
He was, but as Luke says, he wasn't a good kicker last year. Hey, they cut him. They cut him for football reasons.
I know.
Leonard,
but what's his name? Wait.
The
guy is the Atlanta. Who's the?
Atlanta's been through their kicker.
No,
they had the Korean kid that they got rid
of.
Right.
He supplanted Tucker as the most accurate ever when Tucker slumped. But then he slumped.
Right.
So then Tucker took it back.
Kicker,
but then Tucker came back as the most accurate kicker ever, I think. I don't think anybody surpassed him. This kid in Dallas.
I haven't found anybody that doesn't think he's not going to kick again.
This kid in Dallas is a heck of a kicker.
Well, he's also indoors, too.
Right.
That changes
things.
But,
he kicks outside occasionally. But he's a heck of a kicker. But regardless, 2 weeks, Tucker's going
to have a job.
Right. So we got Tucker over here, got Flacco over there.
You're giving me he's the greatest kicker of all time. He's one of the 32 best kickers on earth.
He's the most accurate place kicker, according to statistics in the league, that there's ever been. How can you argue that?
Is there any care to push back in Donald Trump's America? Like,
what do you
literally.
mean? What do you mean?
Like
you mean about his life?
Whatever you do.
Wait. Are you asking me?
We're a second chance society.
Yes, but are you asking me?
I'm saying we got a criminal in the White House. He's a criminal.
Okay, stop it.
No, he's a
criminal.
criminal.
Had a criminal in there the last time too.
He
had a criminal in there the last time.
He's a convicted criminal.
No,
in the court of law.
That'll all be overturned.
Listen,
nonsense.
I'm not.
That was nonsense.
Joe Biden is not a criminal, and
Joe Biden's entire family was criminal.
That's fine.
His son never did coke.
Coke's the least of the worries about criminality when it comes to this. But
we don't need to talk politics.
We
have
all voted 75 million. I didn't vote for this clown. 75.
I did.
Well, you're one of them. I'll put you in that category.
I'll take it all day long.
75 million people voted for a guy and forgave him for an insurrection, whatever.
No such thing.
The million things that he did.
No such thing.
You sound like a fool when you say things.
I don't sound like a fool at all. You sound like a fool when you say. I saw all the video. Did you see all the video?
What happened at the Capitol?
I think people were outside of the Capitol protesting.
Paid for by Antifa, or no? These are all
protesting.
You will admit that they're Trump people.
I just
that
say
they had
people.
weapons and they took over.
There was no weapons. Nobody got shot. Only person got shot was by a cop, and that was a woman trying to protest at the Capitol. She's the only person that was murdered.
Overturn an election.
She's the only person that was murdered. They couldn't overturn an election.
So
wait.
What's the argument
Time out.
with Justin Tucker? Justin Tucker.
Time out.
When it comes time for Justin Tucker,
they have no power to overturn an election. People have no power. Congress votes, and the vice president certifies the election. The people have no power to overturn the election.
For him outside.
They're not going to hang. You're talking about an insurrection with no weapons against the U.S. military.
Plenty of weapons.
They had no weapons.
Go ahead.
There was not one person that you give me the name of one person that was arrested on January 6th for weapons possession at the Capitol.
Okay, go ahead.
None.
Just keep going.
None.
I want to let you get this out because I want to get to Justin Tucker.
Name me one person that was charged in a court of law.
Plenty of people
for insurrection from January 6th. Name me one.
Plenty of people went to prison.
For what? Trespassing. Led in by the Secret Service
defacing the walls of Congress, threatening Congress.
That's not insurrection. That's not insurrection. Happens every day. People sit in the halls of Congress, walk into the veranda, and protest our Congress every single day. Have you ever been down there?
Cops up and beat their heads.
Nobody beat cops up. Nobody beat cops up. I didn't see a single cop get beat up at the Capitol. One guy supposedly got hit in the head and died. Didn't happen. Ask his family how he died.
Okay.
Ask his family how he died.
Man, the fiction, it's amazing the world. You're in a different bubble for
then
information.
This
is the Justin Tucker story.
No, I'm not saying he should kick.
The Justin Tucker story
I'm not saying he should kick.
95% of the people.
No.
Let me finish my sentence.
Go ahead.
It's a radio show. 95% of the people that I've talked about Justin Tucker never read the story.
Oh, well, that's
terrible. So they have a different.
No, that's dreadful.
Completely. They ask me what happened.
No, I read the story. I read the story.
So the Tucker
I saw the story.
The biggest problem is he's going to get signed in Bemidji or Denver or wherever it's going to be.
To kick.
And I have a lot of people that have said to me, he's not going to kick in the league because of what he did to these women.
Nonsense. Not in this league.
And I'm like,
not in the NFL.
In America? That's my point about voting for this creep who's running the country.
Not in the NFL.
Like, there's nothing he could do that you would believe, and there's
nothing. No, that's not true.
There's nothing with Justin Tucker that will stick to him because he's admitted to nothing.
Correct.
He has said, I'm innocent.
Correct.
He said that woman that wrote the story made it all up.
Correct.
All these women made this up. All their lawyers made it up.
All
of that
ridiculous.
Okay, fine.
But I'm saying he's going to kick. Not because he didn't do anything, but because the NFL is not going to worry about it, and they're going to let him kick.
There you go.
That's all I'm saying.
I'm just saying, like, the other side of that will be whatever team takes him on.
Yeah.
They'll just say that's a bunch of heretics at the Baltimore Banner and a bunch of women.
How the
and
heck
that
did
happened
Cleveland,
10 years ago, and it didn't matter.
Why
did those women call the cops before, which is like the most dumb, mansplaining, masculine, dumbass
I didn't
thing
say
white
that at
men
all.
say in this country.
Didn't say that one bit.
Why? Well, I'm just saying. I'm telling you what I hear.
I get it. I get it. And that to me,
that want to
that to me is an asinine opinion.
Liars,
to me, that's an asinine opinion. My only point is he will kick, and he will be in this league,
and there will be no brushback at all for the team that signs him. None.
Maybe.
Nah.
Minimum. Are you talking about from the league, or are you talking about from their fan base?
Dude, Ray Rice was the fan of the game here, player of the game last year.
Horrible.
Nobody said a word.
Nobody cares.
There wasn't an editorial written.
Nobody cares.
People
don't care. It's ridiculous.
Don't care.
It's ridiculous.
They voted for this guy no matter what. They don't care. So Justin Tucker, Rashee Rice left people for dead. At a crime scene, right? Like literally.
Is he back?
He scored 2 touchdowns last
week.
He's high-fiving fans.
Playing for Kansas City.
People are wearing the jersey again. Like
some people would say Ray Lewis shouldn't have ever played again.
Some people think this is what makes America great, is that we're so forgiving and
forgiving for
we
certain
are a
things.
Second chance society.
For certain things, yes, I agree. But the question is, what chance to what end? And in his case, I'm saying people want a kicker. Teams want a kicker.
I'm telling you,
in our sports world,
at the height of this drama with Tucker as to whether he was going to stay or whether he was going to go, I said to my wife, "What do you think?" She's like, "Well, he is a really good kicker."
Hey,
now, this
let me
is
tell
my
you something.
wife saying
Let me
this,
tell you
right?
something. My wife was more forgiving about it than I was. I kid you not. We sat and talked
we just
about
wanted
it.
some hokey pokey and a massage.
He was young. He was right out of college. He had a lot of money. He wasn't married then. It was a long time ago.
I don't know anybody who's ever gone into a massage parlor looking for a dirty finish in a legitimate massage parlor, thinking that they're not going to get their ass kicked when they get to the lobby.
I'm with you 100%.
It's unbelievable.
I'm with you 100%.
How many people would want to kick my ass?
And I'm telling
you, from the owner of the facility to the woman's husband, brother, son,
anybody,
co-worker.
I'm telling you, the fact is,
the male massage therapist in the next room.
People
it's
were more.
It's beyond like a social taboo. It's just
I get it.
You don't do that.
I get it. And what I'm telling
you
you
do
is
it once, let alone
10 times.
serially doing it
however
around
many
town
times.
by saying,
we have 9,
do you know who I am?
9,
do you know who I work
accusers,
for?
9 accusers, right?
And do you know I will end your life if you ever tell anyone?
The first one, you go, oh, I might have made a mistake. But maybe the first
I keep thinking of the massage, the experiences he had where the person went through with it. Right?
So you really think there were?
I think if I'm 0 for 16, if I'm 0 for 16.
So somewhere there was success.
I might think maybe this is just a legit massage.
So somewhere.
Maybe I should go
somewhere
elsewhere
along the way he had success.
If I'm looking for that.
Well, if he had success, why didn't you just go back there?
If you failed 16 times.
No, I'm saying if you had success once, why didn't you just go back there? How many times was he accused?
We're really getting into the. I've never had this conversation before.
How many was he accused?
We're getting into the crosshairs.
How many was he accused?
16.
16. How many women?
16.
Oh, I didn't realize. I thought it was 9. Why did I get 9? There were more came out later.
Yes, there was 7
it was 9 originally, right?
It was 7, 2, and 7, I think.
Okay, I remember.
I'll go through it. I
remember 9. I remember 9.
Chris Corman might come in here at any point clear it up for me.
I remember 9. But the point is, it's dreadful. It's disgusting. It's despicable. But the NFL doesn't care.
He could come out on the field here to beat us for the Bengals.
The NFL.
5 weeks. No
Do they need a kicker?
I don't know.
The Browns will pay him.
Your kicker gets hurt making a tackle. You need a kicker.
The Browns pay Deshaun Watson a fortune.
Still are.
And how many claims were against him for rape? His was worse. By standard, I guess. Worse is relative. If you're the gal, I guess worse.
Some would tell you that the Deshaun Watson story was about him looking for those kinds of special massages on the internet, and the story out of Houston was some of the women they knew what they were signing up for.
Okay.
The Justin Tucker thing, no.
Was completely.
Justin Tucker was walking into Ojos Wellness. Like, literally, this was not.
I get it.
I'm on Craigslist looking for entrepreneur.
So let me just say this for you and me.
We all read the city paper ads.
But let me say this.
Come on.
Let me say this for you and me, or at least for me.
Right.
I'm not saying he did it because I ain't getting sued for libel and slander by Justin and his lawyer saying he did something. So all I know is what I read in the banner, what he allegedly did.
Correct.
And as a result of that, what I'm telling you is he's going to kick. And that's it.
Some general manager's going to read it and say, allegedly.
They're not even going to read it. They know the story. They don't care.
At what cost is winning, though? I put that to John Harbaugh this week.
To the team out there that thinks they're a kicker away from the Super Bowl, none. You think if it was Jim Irsay,
the Chiefs needed Ray Rice. That doesn't make Andy Reid less of a Mormon.
Or what's his name? Right? Who's the owner of the Chiefs?
Clark Hunt.
Yeah, the Hunt family.
Classy,
upstanding, wonderful citizens,
pillars of the community.
Yeah,
pillars.
Brought him right back.
Right?
Brought him right back. That's the NFL.
That's the NFL.
And not only the NFL, although I guess that is the preeminent what we see it in.
But
it's pro sports.
I started this with Trump by saying second chances.
It's pro sports.
You don't believe he's done anything wrong.
No, I believe he's done some things. I don't believe what you say and what he was convicted for is worth a damn. It's a bunch of crap.
Okay.
I think that was complete hogged up, drummed up BS charges by an attorney general who had a hard-on for him and ran her campaign on it, decided she was going to run on it, created some charge that doesn't exist in the court, and got a judge to agree to cause this to happen.
And got a jury to convict him.
That's fine. You had to convict him on the evidence that was presented on the charge that was presented. It's a BS charge.
That's called guilty in America, by the way. That's what we call it.
It's called when there's no charge and no damages to anyone. Not a single bank was hurt. Not a single person was hurt. There was zero injury in the case. Every loan was paid in full. If you ever applied for a loan,
he's been sued so many.
No. Have you ever applied for a loan? That was not a sexual assault case.
Yeah.
Have you ever applied for a loan?
Several.
Okay. Did you ever tell the bank what the property was worth that they were lending on, and they said, "Okay, we believe you," and didn't do an appraisal?
No, they have to do appraisal, due diligence.
Well, that's what the 32 charges were about. That his organization presented the appraisals, and the bank relied on it and lent him money in good faith that was in bad faith because that wasn't the value of the properties.
I haven't heard a word out of his mouth in my life that's in good faith.
Well, that's your ears.
Yeah.
I hadn't heard a word out of Biden's mouth in my life that was good ears.
Biden's got cancer and dying.
I don't care about him having cancer and dying.
He was the guy running the country.
Well, that was the guy running the country then, passing out money to all of his family, his grandkids, his nieces, his nephews, his brother, his son. They were all on the take.
As opposed to taking the Saudi Arabian money in.
They were all on the take. Look, they're all on the take.
Different.
You think Obama's worth $1 billion for anything he did? Nothing. They're all on the take. It's called politics. If you have the ego and the fortitude,
that the whole place is corrupt, then we are Russia. Like, you know what I mean? We can't.
We're not Russia.
We're
not Russia.
It's corrupt.
It is corrupt. It's absolutely corrupt. I'm not going to get. We can get into local politics. We can get into state politics. We can get into national politics.
There are no local politics anymore because international money can affect local politics.
Well, local money affects local politics.
That's one thing. That's bad enough.
Where is the money flowing? It's coming from my pocket and yours, called taxes, to the state of Maryland, to the county, to the city, to developers, to suddenly all these politicians are wealthier than their salaries could ever make them in a lifetime.
And then they run the stock market.
How does that happen?
And then bounce the stock.
How does that happen? I was on a call, Ness. I was on a call with a client very recently, and I said to him, "We're talking about investing.
Sure.
Let's switch the subject to investing. This is great." And I said to him, we're talking about historically good investors. So when I say to you, we're going to talk about our investment philosophy at Raskin Global.
Right.
I said to him, when I say to you historically outstanding investors, what's the first name that comes to mind?
Warren Buffett, right?
He said Nancy Pelosi.
Oh, is that?
That's what he said. I don't know this man's politics at all. That's what the first thing that came out of his mouth. He started laughing. He said, "You know how much money she's worth? And she's never made more than a congressman's salary. She's worth a fortune. It's impossible without insider trading. It's impossible. Allegedly insider trading. In fact, it's legal for Congress, so it's not allegedly. She trades. People see her trades. She front runs all the trades. Corrupt, completely corrupt. You're never going to get her out of office because people in her district are going to keep voting her back in. They're going to let her keep kicking. Okay? The system is built for that. Power is built in the system for that. It happens. It happens in Baltimore City. It happens in state government. I remember 40 years ago, maybe. I don't remember the exact year. You may, because you remember this stuff. You got a mind for the remembering stuff. In Baltimore County, it was a school up on a hill, and it was all trees and woods and everything. It was called McDonough. And there was a county executive back then whose family was just suddenly buying up all these old wooded farm areas. Then magically it all got developed. And somehow he got loaded rich by selling all that land. I wonder how he knew what the county was going to do 15 years after.
Oh, that's been going on for 100 years. I saw a piece of land over in Southwest Baltimore.
You can't tell me it's the man that's in there now is the first.
That when I saw businesses that people – I thought about this in the 50s when the Beltway came, because the Beltway was good. If you could get land knowing where the Beltway was going to be.
How great are you?
Right, exactly. So, you know,
this has
being in on that.
This has happened forever.
Yeah.
That is what it is.
But America's got to build better guardrails on that.
You know what? We haven't.
I'll let that
And we let kickers kick.
And we're paying the price for it.
We let kickers kick, and we let runners run.
Yeah, and the NFL's different because of the entertainment part and where winning is the only thing that matters. You know, I sat here with Dave Sheinin, and I'm like, what matters to the Orioles? Well, they got to win. They got to win. They got to win. They got to win. How they win doesn't matter. They got to win. They got to win. They got to win.
Doesn't matter.
They got to win.
Doesn't
they can
matter.
sign that guy from the Dodgers that did all that awful stuff with girls. Got to win.
What
Remember
guy?
The pitcher 2 years ago that was pitching in Mexico.
Did they prove that?
I don't think but they couldn't sign him. You know what I'm saying? Like the Orioles, for the Orioles to bring that guy in last year would have been a bad thing. I guess there are some franchises that might not be able to bring Justin Tucker in. I don't know which ones they are now.
Maybe.
But anybody that could bring the greatest kicker in the history of the
most accurate kicker.
Do you know how important kicking is in the league?
Huge.
I mean, like,
Huge.
I sit here and watch it every week. Every game is decided.
Look, our guy, Loop, right? Loop?
Yeah, we barely know his name because he hasn't missed any lately.
Well, he's kicked a few kickoffs short of the 20. That's cost us 20 yards on a series.
And our defense is bad enough.
Multiple times. You don't need him to start on the 40.
Where he can't rush the quarterback, can't stop the run.
Right.
Don't give him the ball to 50.
He doinked one, and he missed a couple. But the point is, it's critical. It's even more critical now that the offenses aren't as powerful as they were. There's a lot of special teams going on, a lot of field goals going on.
And that's the thing for the Ravens right now that's really – you've mentioned that they have to win every game and all that. So many things are going to have to go right for them.
Absolutely.
At 1-5.
Difficult.
And I mean, kickers making every kick in big situations.
Yep.
Situational football.
Punts going out inside the 20 instead of into the end zone.
I don't see anything where they're going to have a pass rush. And I don't see anything where the offensive line is going to be an asset. You know, for Lamar, for Derek, for the passing game, for anything that they're doing, they're really challenging.
Not Lamar. Sorry. Derek Henry had if I'm not mistaken, a decent game against the Rams, right?
Very much so, yes.
A decent game against the Rams. So somehow they opened up a hole or two against the Rams. The point is, if Lamar's back, can they make that happen?
I'm with you that Lamar has to be the other threat.
That's right.
For this to be maximized.
That's right.
For this to be what they want.
For the offense to be maximized. And I don't know why Monken's gone away from that. I don't get it. But that could happen, and they could be 9-2. But at seven losses, I'm scared.
You and I've done some arguing.
Leonard
Raskin here. I'll leave this with you.
Yes.
The one headline I got this morning, and I wrote this
Lamar
on the way
is practicing?
No. This was
that
before Lamar was practicing, it was all over the internet, that Harbaugh has taken away the cornhole from the locker room.
I saw that.
Right.
I saw that.
And I'm thinking
something
to myself,
else. There was something else, too.
All the video games. All the
They need to focus.
They need to get rid of all the fun.
They need to focus.
And I'm thinking to myself, if I had another steamer for him and I gave him a private letter that was honestly worse than the public letter. I mean, I wrote him privately before I wrote him publicly.
Yeah.
Privately, I was kind of mean to John. My private message to him was so mean that I didn't make it public. I made what I wrote public. But part of that is if I were to text him right now.
Yeah.
And I was here with you 3 years ago when this was Knicks.
Yeah.
When he and I were texting back and forth when Lamar wasn't practicing with the team.
Right.
Remember during the mini camp in June?
Absolutely.
I showed you the text.
Absolutely.
Middle of thunderstorm here. Remember all that?
Yep.
So if I were to text him at this point in regard to the team, in regard to what's going to get better. And I used to go, John and I would have breakfast together during bye week every year. The first 10 years he was the coach.
Yep.
I would go out during bye week, 6 in the morning, and we would have a 7 a.m. breakfast. We would sit in his office and talk. We would go get some breakfast.
Yep.
And we would just literally – and right now, if it's me and you, I'd say the team's 1-5. He wouldn't take a breakfast with me, I'm sure.
Right.
But if things were normal,
right.
if they were 3-3 and
sure.
they were normal, I would get together with John, and I would say things to him like, man, O-line, and he would say to me, well, this guy's banged up. We're going to get this back. I don't know about this. He would be really
right.
honest
sure.
with me.
Sure.
That's how I call this so fraudulent.
Right.
Because I've,
lived
had authentic
Lived
experiences
right.
with this guy.
Right.
And I know he knows football.
Absolutely.
And I know thinks he knows God. And he knows right from wrong.
Yeah.
Right? I know
yep.
he's read the Bible. And he knows what fact and fiction and what right. He knows right from wrong. He
yep.
chooses wrong. So, but I would say to him at this point, what could you really, honestly be bullish about? Like, what has you thinking, and you could tell me, John, because I'm going
right.
on the radio.
Right.
You want me to go on the radio and say, they're going to win 6 of the
right.
next 8.
Right.
How is that going to happen?
Yeah.
I would be fascinated as a fan, as a reporter, as someone that's giving you information to think what's keeping them up at night. Because I used to know these things.
Right.
I used to really sit with Eric Costas,
sure.
and he'd say, yeah, I'm worried about Roquan right now. Or, Roquan's got this thing we're not talking about, but it's a thing. Or, whatever it is,
yep.
I would have some sense of where their confidence could be coming from. But I've watched these games, and I'm telling you, when you don't have a pass rush and you can't stop the run, and Matabike's gone, and Roquan's injured, and Marlon's old, and the young guys aren't really coming on the way you want them to,
yep.
and the O-line is problematic.
Tough.
I think that they have had to philosophically change what they want to do. And this would be Monken saying, yeah, I want to zig, I want to zag, Lamar's going to get killed. Our offensive line can't do that right now. So I have to call plays based on what we can do, not what fantasy football players or DVOA wants us to do.
You never doing that.
So, it's like Flacco running this Cincinnati offense right now,
yeah.
right? Like, we can't do all the things we were going to do with Joe
Burrow.
But
we can throw to Chase every other play.
But let's try that. Let's see if
make
that
it
works.
happen. And it did.
So the sleight of hand with Lamar and Derrick Henry, to me, that is their special sauce.
Have to.
Their special sauce is that 5 yards of space you have to give both of them.
That's right.
And not know who has the ball.
Yep.
And until they get back to making hips freeze with linebackers and safeties, with the running game.
Yep. Can't throw it over the top.
Can't throw it over the top. Not going to have time to throw it over the top.
No, because guys are coming in on him, and when guys rush on him.
And do you remember when it felt like Lamar was unsackable?
Yeah.
Doesn't feel that way anymore.
No,
right?
and not only that, we talked about this a couple weeks ago, I think. When he gets down, he wears it hard. He doesn't rally back as quickly as somebody else might. I don't know who. But
that's probably my original sin with him.
He has a bad series.
Of all of my
he doesn't pull himself out and have a better series. He gets bad.
Of all of my complaints with Lamar, all these years into this, my biggest complaint, and this is for the organization, and this we'll wrap with this because I beat Harbaugh up big time. About accountability. Leave Just Tucker alone. Yeah, it's fine. What do I care? What if it was my sister? What if it was my sister?
Well, then your sister shouldn't have been there. She didn't have to do it.
Listen to this.
The guy lost his job.
Lost his job.
13 years
This is great.
Because he was getting a massage.
He was getting a real massage.
So what's the difference if it's real?
This
Now,
is
what does
great.
that have to do with
What
football?
difference does it make? They're only women. They're only women. You're right.
Never got a massage?
I've had a million massages.
All right, so
I've never asked for a reach around either because I thought I would have gotten my ass kicked outside. Yeah. Well, that's truth. That's truth.
There you go.
They love this show. They love this show.
But nobody listens.
They love this show.
But nobody listens.
No, everyone hears. Yeah, they love this show. They love this show.
He's going to kick.
He's going to kick.
He's going to kick.
We're in agreement with that.
Absolutely.
When they're 1-5, they can't yell at John Harbaugh. They come and yell at me.
Right, whatever,
You should see my email.
I see your Facebook page.
I'll
That's
say
enough.
this, on the offensive
That's
line,
enough.
For me, the freezing of safeties and linebackers coming up to the line of scrimmage, that has to play into this.
Yes.
Otherwise,
Trouble.
you're dead.
Trouble.
You're dead.
Yep.
And they got to run the ball.
Absolutely.
No question about it. All right.
We'll see you Sunday.
Why didn't those – what did he say to me that was, like, unbelievable?
Why didn't those women – massage. Why were they there?
Why were the women there?
They're masseuses, right?
This is
They're
deranged.
masseuses, aren't they? Isn't that the title?
That's
masseuse?
Deranged.
Masseuse.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
that's why, because they were working.
Have you ever had a massage? Yes.
Yes, I have.
I've had hundreds of massages.
I've had many.
Many from different men, women,
everything.
Young, old, black, white,
same.
on the beach,
Same.
On a table.
Same.
The little
Same.
romantic one with my wife.
All over.
Chinatown.
Everywhere. Never.
And I didn't need to sign in New York that said no hanky-panky.
30 years?
Remember the no hanky-panky?
40 years? Yeah, almost 40 years worth.
There's one thing for Tucker to say, I didn't do it.
Right.
There's another thing that said, I did it, so what?
Could have been. Could have been.
I did it, so what?
Could have been.
That's a whole different.
That's a different game.
You're in a different place.
I guess if the statute of limitations is up,
it's a different kind of massage.
You can say, so what?
Absolutely. Leonard Raskin is my man. Tell me how you manage money, and you're managing my money. You're doing a good job managing my wife's money.
Talked about it. We're all about money, man. Everything. We help people understand how to protect it, how to save it, mostly how to enjoy it properly, and how to pass it on to those you care about. It's all about making the world a better place, helping people satisfy and create their American dream, and doing the right things with their money that the world out there is not telling them what to do.
And if we wondered aloud for 30 minutes about whether Justin Tucker will be kicking, these gentlemen here confirmed
he'll be kicking.
He'll be kicking again. And they'll be betting on it.
And they'll be betting on it.
Absolutely.
He'll be on their fantasy team. I don't know how fantasy football works. We can do that another day. But they'll be getting points.
I know how fantasy massage works.
You'll be getting points, I can tell you that.
You know what I'm going to do for those two nice gentlemen?
You're going to give them a scratch.
I'm going to give them a lot.
Are they here? Are they still here?
If they are,
you got to give them a scratch off.
I should have given them one when they were here.
Right, give them a scratch off.
I'm going to give them a scratch off.
Because maybe they need a scratch off.
Do you feel lucky?
Do you need a scratch off?
Is today your lucky day?
Is that how we do it in the massage parlor? We ask for a scratch off? Can I get a scratch off at the end?
I've lost control. You know, the scented tickets are coming out. This is my segue for that.
Heaven knows.
The Candy Cane scented tickets. We have Maryland Lottery scratch-off Ravens tickets, even for the people who don't like me and think I should never mention that Justin Tucker ever did anything wrong. I think the most dangerous thing is when people do things wrong, you don't talk about it. So it's even worse. It was so bad, we can't even talk about it.
We can't talk about it.
We're at Costas. The food here is so great that I love to talk about it.
Amen.
Have you had the Crab Imperial here yet, or are you not a Crab Imperial guy?
Oh, absolutely. I have.
I'm a Crab Imperial
guy.
So
absolutely.
Get the Crab Imperial out here. Do what I do. Come out on Sunday, watch some football. My wife and I came out. I had some fried shrimp the other day. I had a Greek salad today. Planet Fitness came by. They're trying to get me in shape as well. 2 football games, one on Sunday, one on Thursday. Leonard will be here on Monday to talk about it. He is Leonard Raskin. He is Raskin Global, keeping us straight with our money and managing the American dream, even if your American dream is to kick again in the National Football League.
Amen.
I am Nestor. We are WNST, AM 1570. Towson, Baltimore. We're back for more. Less fighting and more football right after this. And no reach.